Hello everyone, this is part 3 of the SchedulePro tutorial video series that covers the example presented in chapter 4 of the SchedulePro manual. Please make sure to watch parts 1 and 2 before watching this video. Furthermore, remember to visit our website www.intelligent.com where you can download a full functional evaluation version of SchedulePro. Let's now continue the tutorial where we left off. As you may remember, in parts 1 and 2, I showed you how to create a simple recipe from scratch. Furthermore, part 2 concluded after scheduling of a campaign for this recipe. In this video, I will show you how to view the results of this schedule along with other features. As I mentioned in the previous video, after you schedule a campaign, its batches will be displayed in the bottom half of the production schedule window. Besides this, under the production schedule branch of the project tree, scheduling information for every campaign, batch, procedure, and operation is hierarchically displayed. Each batch is identified by a unique name, which is a combination of the associated campaign name and an integer ID. Scheduling results can be visualized in graphs accessed through the main toolbar. The equipment occupancy chart, for example, can be brought up pressing its button on the main toolbar. In this graph, you can see equipment utilization as a function of time. Furthermore, the legend on the right designates batches by distinct color. There are 4 colors in total for the 4 batches we defined in this campaign. As you can see through the graph, a batch begins with the different operations in the mixing tank, MT1, and continues with the storage tank and the filler. At the top of the chart, you can see the utilization of the CIP skid used during cleaning operations. The first yellow bar corresponds to the cleaning of the mixing tank, MT1, while the second yellow bar corresponds to the simultaneous cleaning of the storage tank and filler, which would be these 2 operations here. Notice that the same pattern is displayed for the other batches in this campaign. Furthermore, the equipment occupancy chart is useful in identifying bottleneck equipment. In this example, you can see that the storage tank ST101 is the overall bottleneck as it has the longest cycle time. However, the utilization of the filler is pretty close to that of the storage tank. The style of the chart is customizable and can be modified by right-clicking on it in an open area and selecting Edit Style. Let's go to the Timescale tab to change the units in the x-axis. Through this tab, we can change the way the timescale is displayed. For example, I can change the major grid line units to days instead of hours. After clicking OK on the dialog, click Yes when prompted to propagate the timescale changes. Notice now how the timescale is different. Furthermore, if you would like to change the color used for a batch, double-click on the name of the batch in the chart legend and pick a different color from the palette that pops up. Another way to visualize results is by generating an operations Gantt chart. This chart can be generated by pressing on the Gantt chart button on the main toolbar. The graph can be displayed at various levels of detail. The green bar represents the full campaign that we scheduled. The light brown bars represent the different batches in that campaign, 4 in total. The dark blue bars represent the procedures in the different batches. And the light blue bars represent the operations. As you can see, all scheduled activities are shown both in a hierarchical tree as well as in a bar graph. Furthermore, this chart can be exported into MS Project. SchedulePro also generates an equipment utilization chart which helps us visualize the % time utilization of each equipment item during the campaign. We can bring that up by selecting View from the main menu bar and then selecting the Equipment Time Utilization option. In this graph, you can see that the storage tank ST101 with the longest time utilization is identified as the most likely bottleneck. SchedulePro can also be used for debottlenecking and seeing the impact of having multiple pieces of equipment that can carry out the same procedure. As I just mentioned, through the time utilization graph, the bottleneck equipment in this example is the storage tank, with the filler not being so far off. Moreover, let's have a look at the cycle time of our batches. The estimated minimum cycle time for the batches is 7.56 hours. That means that I can start a new batch every 7.56 hours. To view the impact of having a pool of equipment, let's first unschedule the campaign and then add an extra storage tank and filler. As you may remember, equipment can be added through the equipment node of the facilities tree. Let's go ahead and add a new storage tank, which we can call ST102. And a second filler, filler 2. Next, we need to make the equipment available for the procedures store and fill. We can do that by selecting the procedures and double-clicking on them. Through the main equipment pool tab, you can now add the new piece of equipment. Let's do the same for the filler. With the changes made, we can now reschedule the campaign, and then we can bring up the equipment occupancy chart to view the results. As you can see through this chart, the storage tank is no longer the bottleneck equipment, which has now shifted to the mixing tank. Furthermore, if we bring up the cycle time, we'll see that it has been reduced. Having these new pieces of equipment allows us to run a new batch every 4 hours, making production more efficient. Furthermore, SchedulePro is equipped with a number of charts that allow you to see the consumption of materials and utilities along with the production of products and waste for your schedule. However, before these charts can be generated, the different inputs and outputs need to be declared during the recipe definition. Furthermore, inventory charts can also be generated, and all charts can be linked to the schedule to view them simultaneously. In addition, SchedulePro generates a number of reports that organize the results for you. The various reports that can be generated can be viewed through the Reports menu. Let's have a look at the schedule report. Through this report, you can see the different procedures and operations of the batches and their scheduling times. This concludes part 3 of the SchedulePro tutorial video series. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we will be posting other videos that will discuss more advanced concepts in detail. Also, remember to visit our website www.intelligent.com, where you can download more information on the tool. Thank you very much for your attention.